Hello and welcome back. This is Dr. Ron with Impact Ministry, and this is an Impact Moment. Why don't you take a moment and subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking on the watermark icon located in the bottom right hand corner of this video. We're going to be in the book of Matthew still. We are just taking a look at these amazing teachings of Jesus. Jesus was such an amazing teacher. He had such an ability to reach down deep to where we're living at and impart words of grace, words of wisdom to make us better. And everywhere he went, he was about making people better. And so at the end of chapter 7, he teaches on listening and doing the things that he had taught. It's so important as a believer that we don't just listen, but that we also actually do what we've been taught. James tells us that faith without works is dead. It's basically useless. Just to have faith in something but not express it through action, to believe that there's a God but not exercise your faith in such a fashion that you would draw on his resources and draw on his capacity to answer prayer. Jesus made it a point to share these words with his followers, and I'm just going to read it for you in chapter 7 of Matthew, starting in verse 24. Anyone who listens to my teaching and follows it is wise, like a person who builds a house on a solid rock. Though the rain comes in torrents and the floodwaters rise and the winds beat against that house, it won't collapse because it is built on bedrock. But anyone who hears my teaching and doesn't obey it is foolish, like a person who builds a house on sand. When the rains and floods come and the winds beat against that house, it will collapse with a mighty crash. Jesus had just spent quite a bit of time teaching a group of individuals several revelatory principles, things that never really heard before. He taught them about being salt and light. He shared with them how God really desires that we have a private relationship with him and that we don't do things in public just to be seen and just to build our own public significance. In a religious culture, things such as this were profound. And Jesus let them know, he said, you can hear what I say, but unless you do it, unless you actually exercise the knowledge that you've gained through these teachings, it's really like building your house on sand. Now, what's the significance? Sand is not stable. When we take the teachings of Jesus and we apply them to our lives, to our relationships, to our careers, to our families, we're actually allowing that information to dig down deep and to create roots, if you will, a root system into bedrock. The higher the structure, the deeper the foundation has to be laid. If you're wanting to build a great life, if you're wanting to build an impactful life, if you're wanting your relationships to be precious and rare, if you're wanting your teaching ability and your leadership ability to be something of great value, you have to dig down deep into bedrock, allowing God's word to take root, allowing your structure to be built higher and higher and higher. We're all built for impact. We're all built to impact society. We're all built to be great. When we were born and as we were little kids running around, we all wanted to be superheroes. Why? Because deep down on the inside, it's in our DNA to want to be amazing. Chris Valentin says it this way: none of us had to be taught to want to be amazing. It was natural for us to want to be amazing and to want to go through this life and impact others and be great. And Jesus has given us a secret on how to do it. Take these words that he teaches us and let them find a lodging place in our hearts. When we do this, it'll be just like building a house on a solid foundation, where the foundation is deep, deep into bedrock. It won't be like on sinking sand. When Jesus had finished these sayings, the crowds were amazed at his teaching, for he taught with real authority, quite unlike their teachers of religious law. One of the beautiful things about Jesus is that when he spoke, he imparted life. When he spoke words and when he taught, it was understood by those around him that he carried real authority. He carried real impact into their deepest core being when he spoke. They knew somehow he knew what he was talking about. And that's the mark of any great believer in Jesus. It's what we carry. We carry that into society, that capacity to carry his word, and it will ring true in the hearts of those that we share it with. Jesus is amazing. I want to thank you again for joining me today for this impact moment. Remember to visit our website for more information about donations, guest speaker scheduling. I'm available for that, and bulk orders for churches and leadership teams. Links are provided in the description for this video. A link for my Amazon author page, as well as a link for our website, is provided in the banner image in our channel in the upper right hand corner. I declare blessings on you, on your family, on your children, and your children's children to the 1,000th generation. God has plans to prosper you. Remember, you were created for impact as you learn more about your biblical identity, purpose, and destiny. God bless you is my prayer.